Why?
I guess we're kind of live, maybe, with special guest Virginia. Look at us. We're like
I'm so tall.
We're a thing.
A thing.
Okay, so I hope this is live. Maybe you should check on your
Do you want
telephones,
to open
maybe?
your YouTube so you can see if people comment things again?
Oh, how did I do that last time?
You just opened up a YouTube in the background. Hoodrat Racing is live.
Which is also weird. I wonder how you have it hooked in Streamlabs, because on the Streamlabs thing, when I go live on Twitch, it actually shows me the stream chat on the side.
You have Twitch?
Yeah.
Alien Trash Cat?
Yes. I've not been live in a while, but that's circumstantial.
I should have figured this out before we started.
It's okay.
You can look like a D-bag on the interwebs.
I'm going to be a total douchebag on the internet. And I'm not even on the right account right now, which is like super...
Amateur?
Amateur, yeah. This is number 2, guys. We're rookies. Number 2. That's a V. Get that V.
We can't. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you got going on here?
Dude, I done messed up.
Why?
Because I think it was in
Your channel?
I think it was in YouTube Studio, maybe.
We should have figured these things out beforehand.
This is going to be the worst part. I can cut this part out of the podcast when I upload the audio version.
I don't know. Sometimes people are like, hey, you're a babbling idiot.
Yeah, well, look at my shirt. It's pretty sick. It's a new Black Sheep shirt. Ooh.
I didn't get one.
But he did say that Kyle wears a schmedium, which is what Nick's wife wears. So he was questioning if I was sure that would fit Kyle, because that would mean Kyle's a little bitch.
Yes. Right here.
Oh, look.
I found it.
We're doing a thing.
Does it actually show you the comments?
It did. Title.
Oh, yeah, but
You can change that now.
this wasn't where the comments were
Can you
secondary.
click on the video link?
Oh, maybe, yeah. We're going to change this to second real quick. I didn't even type. Second.
You gotta capitalize the S because my OCD will kill me if you don't.
No.
Thank you very much. Oh, God. Are
See.
you serious? No. You.
Well, he only had 2 of those words actually capitalized. The rest of them were not, so...
Put the first word in the
Yeah, I'm
sentence,
stupid
it's
like
not
that.
capitalized.
I don't even know where I got the last one.
Virginia, do you want the Make America Great hat again?
Why?
Because we need to make America great again. I got some Magic the Gathering cards up there.
We have 7 people watching? Sick.
You guys see my cock back here?
I noticed that, actually. Cock on a branch.
Got some Magic the Gathering cards up there.
We have 7 people watching? Sick.
You guys see my
Okay,
cock back
good enough
here?
for me.
I noticed that,
Good enough for
actually.
the girls
Cock
we
on a
date.
branch.
No offense.
Yeah.
7 people watching?
What is that
Sick.
supposed to
You guys see
mean?
my
Okay,
cock back
so
here?
for me, we got to give a shout out to our sponsors. First one being Black Sheep Industries
offense.
Inc. 7 people.
5 racers, 4 racers. Head over to
Okay,
Black Sheep
so
Industries.
we got to give a shout out to our sponsors.
Check
First
out our
one being
new
Black Sheep
45
Industries
millimeter
Inc.
That second week. 5 racers,
of
4
May.
racers. Head over to
Okay,
Black Sheep
so
Industries.
we got to give a
Going
shout out to
out
our
the second week
sponsors.
of May.
First one
Our
being
orders are
Black
on
Sheep
now. So
Industries
check
Inc. And then we're also sponsored by.
Head over to
Okay,
Black
so
Sheep
we
Industries.
got to give a shout out to our sponsors.
May.
First
Head
one being
orders are
Black
on
Sheep
now.
Industries
So
Inc. One good thing about this
we're also
is
sponsored by
Okay,
Coronavirus.
so
We're
we're gonna
going
give a
to
shout out to our sponsors.
May. Head orders are on now. So
One good thing about this whole
Coronavirus.
One good thing about this is
everybody's offering
Okay, so
coronavirus.
we're gonna give a shout out to our sponsors.
May. Head orders are on now.
One good thing about this whole
Coronavirus.
One good thing about this is
everybody's offering coronavirus.
Oh no! One good thing about this whole
There you go. Is that better? We're on a funky loop, and that's probably because he had the desktop audio feeding into the... No, it doesn't look
It
like
seems to be better now.
Is it better now?
I can hear Virginia better now.
It sounds like a party.
Is it working? Okay, yeah. I just had to mute. You just had to
Okay.
mute the other one, so...
Sorry, guys.
Saves the day. as
Okay,
per
yeah. So
usual.
like I said, Black Sheep Industries Inc. We do have our 45 millimeter wastegates on pre-order, and they are set at $350 for everybody. There's no discount code on them because we wanted them to be affordable for everybody to get them out there and tested. So pre-orders on now, and they're shipping out the second week of May. And then the second one is Legacy Auto Group, where I just bought my Hell Kitty.
Heck kitty.
Heck Kitty.
Heck kitty.
And like I said, if there's one good thing about this coronavirus thing is that everybody's offering deals right now. So make sure to just go check out their website. They have everything that's for sale on there. And yeah, let's get into it. I got a list of things. That was the last list. But the first thing on the list is that I actually got a new Hellcat. I mean, you got a new Hellcat.
Yes, it's mine.
Not till you do a burnout.
This is true.
Was that you who said that?
It's me who said that. You can't.
Okay.
It's not yours till you
Because
burn
I said,
through it.
thanks for buying me a new car. And Kyle's like, you got to do a burnout first.
Yeah,
So that came from you?
I told Tokyo immediately. Wait, this is your water?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. I
Y'all
told,
got corona anyway.
we've been kissing. So I told Tokyo what you had said was your new car. And he's like, she's got to do a burnout first. And then Virginia had actually messaged me and she's like, how do I do a burnout? It's literally you just slam the little pedal in that car and it'll do a burnout.
I could do that.
You
Hey,
should do
Pop
that.
Bomb. Hey, the Mick.
So that'll be pretty much like the next video is we're going to have to take you out and get your reactions or you driving and my reactions.
Okay.
Because I have a feeling like my bird's going to be doing one of those.
That's pretty big though.
Like that. Yeah, I mean, one of these. Put my pinky one up there. Oh, sad. I actually put that in the thing. We have to talk about Tokyo's still small dick.
Yeah.
So it didn't get any bigger.
My mother dresses me funny and I get dick like a clown's nose.
It's a funny story, though, how we got the Hellcat. I don't know, even though you know that. So I believe I left the house at like noon that day and I went to Dan's and he had the quick jack set up there and I don't know what we were doing and I was just randomly like, I should probably test drive a Hellcat. And this was at like noon. So he showed me around those quick jack things and those are super cool and I feel like
They're bomb.
I need to get some.
We should probably get a pair.
They raise up like 14 inches. I mean, we're trying to do man math here, and it's not.
We don't have big enough.
You could show me 14 inches, but you think it's like this.
We don't have enough.
Women math.
Yeah, 14 inches is like this long, right?
For everybody just listening to
kidding,
this,
just kidding.
we're using
Just
our hand to make sizes that are not definitely 14 inches. Anyways, past that, we went and did a
Not a meet.
not a meet, which was a bird watching event where we social distanced. And there was like 8 people there, and we made sure that like if you were standing in one spot and you were spinning around with your arms out, you wouldn't touch anybody else. Mm-hmm. And we were watching birds.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw a hawk.
Yep.
We saw a ram. We saw a couple of mustangs.
Which aren't birds, but we went animal.
We went animal watching.
The zoo.
The zoo. The Fort McMurray pet watching.
Okay, you can
Society?
just move on. I already know this is bullshit. Keep going. Also, for the record, I pretty much had zero to do with buying the car. Kyle just messages me. He sends me a picture of the car, and I was like, are you trading in your Mustang? He's like, I don't know. What do you think? And I'm like, I don't fucking care. It's your money. Do what you want with it.
And now you got a new car.
And now I have a new car.
Anyways,
Funny how that works.
so Dan's M4 was there, and I took that for a drive. And besides my Supra, the M4 is probably the fastest car that I've ever driven. Because besides the Supra, the only car I've ever driven fast, maybe like 450 horsepower or something. So I took Dan's car out, and I was like, oh, so I've been missing out on a lot. That thing, it's got a tune on it. It makes probably like 500 at the wheels.
450-ish.
450.
I asked after that because I was curious. Downpipes will be 500.
Okay, 450, 500 wheel horsepower, but it's got like that like DSG gearbox in it or whatever, and that's super fast, and it makes it feel a lot faster. And
it's comfortable and quiet and not a shit box.
yeah, geez, it's like something you wouldn't mind driving 10 hours in. But anyways, I took that for a drive, and I was like, oh my god, I got this bug, and I'm hooked on stuff. So we went for a cruise after that, and we ended up out at our like usual meet spot. And then Kerry walks over. He has a black 2019 Mustang with a Roush supercharger on it, and he's like, hey, here's my keys. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess. And that thing makes like 700 horsepower or so.
Yep. And
it's the 10-speed. A10, yes. So there's like a 6-speed version and a 10-speed version of this S550 Mustang. And he had the cool 10-speed one. And so I took this out. and that was stupid fast. Like, I don't know why anybody needs that much power. And I came back, and then CJ handed me the keys to his Trackhawk, which also has 700 horsepower and is also stupid fast, and nobody needs that much power. And then they left, and immediately after that, I was like, Colby, I need to test drive a Hellcat. And then he was like, okay. So that's like 3 o'clock. So we went from noon to me driving 3 different cars that are super fast to 3 o'clock, where basically I'm sitting down in front of Colby like, how do I get this? Mm-hmm. So probably, was it 5 o'clock, I think? Mm-hmm. I walked out of the dealership with a new Hellcat. And that's my story.
And then what happened in the first 24 hours of ownership?
And then the very next day, we put a pulley on it and made more boost. So we modified a Hellcat 24 hours after ownership.
And it had a dealer plate on it, so it was a factory option, essentially.
Yes, it did have a dealer plate.
That's how that works, right?
Yes, that's indeed how it works. In fact, the dealer was there while I installed the pulley.
It's true. That's very true. It's stupid fast.
Yeah, so essentially it's an incognito pulley. It's weird. I didn't think it was... Well, maybe it kind of makes sense. It's a pulley that slips over the bottom pulley on the crank, and it makes it 6% larger. And if you make the bottom, let's just say it was a gear, you make that larger, it's going to spin the top one a little bit faster. So we put this pulley on, and it just like slips over, bolts on. It gives you a new belt, a little bit longer, and it gives you like 3 more pounds of boost. So it goes from 10 pounds of boost to 13 pounds of boost, and they rate it at 40 or 50 wheel horsepower.
It's a party.
It is a party.
10 pounds was a party.
I got you to drive it on the 500 horsepower setting, but you didn't get into it.
I just like casually drove it though. I didn't drive it to like fucking bag it or anything.
Why not?
Because the kids were in the back.
This is very true.
So that would be...
However, the next time you drive it...
It'd be a different story.
No half cents.
No half cents.
No half cents.
You gotta wear 2 pairs of
Full
panties.
Sigma
Or none pairs.
Or none pairs. And you get the seat all wet.
All moist.
Oh.
No speaking moistly, though.
But what did you think of it as like a cruising car?
I liked it. This is my first time driving it. I don't know. I liked it.
More comfortable than the Mustang. Like, you could go to Edmonton with the kids.
Yeah, it's more comfortable. There are things that I think about, because I'm a mom, though. Like, I like the leather seat versus the cloth seat because kids are destroyers.
They like to spill shit.
They like to spill shit and leave food everywhere.
So what you're saying is you'd rather go for a burger run in a Hellcat than a Mustang?
Speaking of which...
Yes, 100%.
We went to get ice cream.
Yeah, we got ice cream last night. It was awesome.
What did you get? Did you get a Cadbury?
No, they're all out. I had to get a hot fudge sundae instead.
Yeah, and they don't give you nuts anymore.
Yeah, they don't.
It's an option.
It's not.
No, they don't.
Because I asked for it, and they're like, we've been out for like 5 months, and we've never got them ever again. So don't go to McDonald's if you need peanuts.
You should have put your nuts in your ice cream, Kyle.
They're salty, so I mean...
Oh, speaking of this whole quarantine thing, I have my own hairdresser.
That'd be me. I did Kyle's hair. Except it looks like shit because you're wearing a hat.
No, because this side is like... I don't know what it did. I got a little spit curl in it, and it comes back the other way. And I gotta always be popping the flow one way. Anyways, I can't wait for barbers to open... What? You don't like my...
Popping the flow there.
Popping the flow.
What do you mean?
I would just... Sorry, we have the stream up, and it's kind of delayed, so you guys get to see it the same time we do.
That's funny. You want me to cut your hair, Tokyo?
No, I'm good.
And it's not gray, it's Arctic blonde.
It's Arctic blonde.
And your mom loves it.
And my mom says it's distinguishing. Also known as winter wheat.
Also, Daddy Cal's doing an excellent job on the Malibu. I've seen that.
Daddy Cal's doing absolutely incredible work. Like, the things that he's like, I'm not sure if you'd be okay with this, are like 18 levels beyond what I'm okay with. His, like, mediocre work is better than anything I would ever even look at.
Yeah, so...
He's so OCD, it's incredible.
The car is at Justin's now, as I told you. And literally, Justin's like, oh, I kind of did this, and Tokyo's like, whatever you think your expectations are, cut them in half, and that's my expectation. Actually, you told me that, was it you that said if you can touch your arms...
Standards.
Yeah. Tokyo standards are if he can touch his fingers around...
Tokyo didn't say it was his standards. I watched that one. He was saying that somebody
That was one of the homies from back in the day.
Oh, was it?
But if she was cute, then you could make do.
If you could... if you could touch your fingers behind her back while you're hugging her, that's the standard. Ooh, speaking of standards, if you were in Thailand...
Okay.
That's not really a bad thing, though. Because if she was in Thailand and you happened to, like, be doing things with a chick and then the chick had a wiener, you'd just be like, sweet, a wiener and boobs. There's no downside for you.
No,
I guess.
There's no downside.
What about the reversal? If it was a dude...
And then he had
if
a
I
vagina.
thought I was
And he
dating
had
a
a
dude
vagina.
and they ended up having a vagina, I would probably still. I don't care.
Not dating. You picked up this hooker.
Okay, I don't pick up hookers.
Yeah, but you're in Thailand.
This is theoretical here.
Okay, sure. I don't know. I guess I still would. I don't care.
I guess.
As long
I guess
as,
it's
as
easy for
long
you.
as both people are consenting and it feels good, who fucking cares?
This is true. But if you expected a nice chick and all you were getting was
Then
licking,
we're going to the store for a fucking strap-on or a dildo or something.
I guess it's so much easier for you.
So if an alien came
What do
down...
you mean it's so much easier?
An alien?
Everybody comes with a butthole. So, I mean, if somebody had a dick, you're going to tell me you wouldn't fuck the other hole?
I mean...
Exactly. Out of all the times you try to get me to do it, and I say no, you can't tell me you wouldn't.
I guess so. I guess.
Don't lie to me, bitch.
I got caught in that one a little fast.
Oh, wow.
Okay, what were you saying? With aliens?
I don't know.
If an alien...
What?
You gotta finish
What if
now.
people were consensual? So if an alien consented to, like, doing stuff with you when they had a Cybertruck from Tesla, what would happen there? Would you get finger blasted in a Cybertruck by an alien that may or may not have, like, no genitalia?
I don't know. That'd be an interesting situation. Like,
What if they just wanted to, like, nub up on you?
What if they just want to smell you?
I don't know. Like, if I felt like I was being violated, then that's a different story. But if it was something where that situation escalated to a sexual consenting, then it's a different story.
This is,
Okay.
yeah.
Who fucking cares? As long as people consent.
Tuesday night,
Tuesday night, yeah.
aliens
What?
getting finger blasted and
Sure, why not?
Cybertrucks.
Sure.
Speaking of which, like, I can't be the only one, well, since quarantine, that I don't remember which day it is anymore.
I do.
I only do because of work.
Yeah.
But
Well,
work
you're Monday to
7
Friday.
I'm Monday to Friday, so I always
But,
know
like,
what day
when
of the
you're
week
not
it is.
at work,
I guess,
on your
yeah.
7 days off, you're like, it's Thursday?
Yeah, pretty much.
I guess it doesn't matter. And especially for us, because nobody in this town works a regular shift except you.
Yeah.
I
know,
personally...
That's not true.
Not
That's
many
true.
people. How many of your friends work Monday to Friday, 8-hour days?
I don't have many friends, but I mean,
I wish
a
you
lot
did,
of people,
like single, daddy issues, low
a
self-esteem.
lot of the people that I work with, though, are Monday to Friday. I'm actually the only one on our group that's 7 and 7, so I'm gonna.
You must be with, like, a lot of teachers and...
What?
MILFs.
What?
What?
Where's all the
No,
sluts in the
you know
PTA meetings at?
I don't go to. I'm not that kind of mom. I don't go to pizza.
Yeah, but like for my benefit.
You're asking about if Alien Trash Cat is okay with being finger blasted by an alien. That's what Punk Bomb said.
I guess so,
True,
yes.
I'm already a fucking alien.
For those of you who don't know, Alien Trash Cat here, like, streams on Twitch sometimes. Not in the past week because of
Not in the
circumstances.
past, like, 3 weeks, actually, but I will be starting again once I get my equipment back. Maybe I just need to
I
order
stole her
another-
microphone, yes.
Yeah, maybe I need to order another mic.
Me and Virginia might have streamed during Christmas vacation when we were both
Oh
off
my
work
god,
for like
12 hours one
12
day?
to 14 hours a day to the
Yeah.
point where my mom was like, "Are you and your friends okay?"
While I was
no.
at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was at work.
And back when we sucked at fork knife.
What do you say? Y'all need some more drinks. Cheers going for drink 3.
Y'all
We
need
have not-
Jesus.
We never drank anything, though.
Talking about finger blasting aliens.
Why
That's
not?
true.
Y'all need Jesus.
As long as they can get the right angle, who fucking cares?
In and up. Look at that. I switched the camera on the fly. You see that? I'm like, this is almost a professional production.
Your head's
now.
covering my cock though, little Kyle.
Oh, yeah, it's up here. Oh, wait, the other
You
way.
call him Little Kyle?
A little,
Little Kyle. I can be little
Oh,
Kyle.
little. Here, look. Tokyo needs his cock on screen, like right here.
It's a veiny, triumphant bastard. Deadly. What else? Let's see. Oh, there's goodies coming from the Malibu.
Yes, Brian Tooley Racing.
Brian Tooley Racing is sponsoring the Malibu build and sending some vroom vroom parts.
Speaking of which, when do they ship?
I got the invoice yesterday.
Oh, sick.
So, any day.
Any day. And then the rear end is getting built again.
Well, we're not really building
Well,
it
I mean, the
again.
drive shaft is getting built.
Yeah.
But we need to replace the yoke on the rear end.
So we can go 1350 joint front and rear.
Yes.
Because that weird bolt center is weird bolt center. I don't know. Nobody can tell me which bolt center it is. There's no part number on it, so I need to take it off to bring it to a shop. So if I could take it off, I might as well put a slip yoke on it, or a yoke on it that I can just go 1350. So, new pinion nut and try and not destroy it. At least we can do it at Daddy Cal's on the lift.
Yeah. You see, our predicament is modifying cars as a snowballing effect, where while you're in there, you might as well upgrade it, and then while you upgrade that, you might as well upgrade this one because that might break, and then you upgrade something else, and the next thing you know, everything's built, and you're like, you owe a mortgage on your car.
Who's y'all dude at BTR? I've been dealing with Kyle. Conveniently, his name is Kyle, and I'm not sure if he drinks drywall and smashes monsters.
I should invite him to our group. Someone invited me to a group called Vehic Kyles, and it's everyone in the group is named Kyle, and we all like vehicles. It's actually quite
Is
hilarious.
Kyle from Boosted Boys there?
I don't think so.
Is Kyle from 1320 there?
Probably not.
You guys
But
missed
you're
a
there,
couple
so that's 1 for
questions.
3 on Kyle's.
Yeah. What'd you say?
You guys missed a couple questions. Kyle, what are you waiting for on the Turbo LS Mustang? Love your channel, man. Brandon.
I actually was doing work on that today. We started building our 4-inch downpipe. I need to come to... Ooh, yeah, it's actually quite large. Conveniently enough, Nick had sent me a U-bend, and we cut one leg off the U-bend, and it was like... We cut it off the top part, and we welded it to the bottom part, and we stuck it on the turbo, and it perfectly fit out the fender, and that was it. So it was 3 welds. And
The easiest downpipe ever?
easiest downpipe ever. And it's big. It's whatever 4 inches is in real measurements.
Real measurements.
And
Not,
then
not D-math.
I've got a bunch of intercooler stuff to be doing, and then I got to replace a bunch of parts that we stole for your car, like
That's
a
true.
starter, and
That's true. We'll get you started.
and then while I'm in there, I might as well upgrade this, and then do the rear end, and next thing you know, it'll be fall again, and I won't drive it for another season.
But you have a heck kitty, so...
I do have a heck kitty. It makes it real hard to get in the garage and be convinced to build a 700 horsepower car when you have one on the street already.
That has cruise control and AC and a stereo.
A
and
booming stereo.
A booming
Yes.
stereo.
This thing, I didn't know this, but you lift up the rear hatch where the spare tire goes, and there's two big
2 8s.
8-inch subwoofers.
I thought you told me that.
I did.
Or you found out after.
But I found out
Okay.
after I bought it.
It's a massive
Oh, I see.
stereo option.
Yeah.
Harman Kardon, I believe.
And it came
Yeah,
with a
it is
$7,000
that.
warranty
I know, so-
option, so I'm good till 2023. I got to check engine light today, but it was for low intercooler coolant.
Did you get some?
No, I didn't get some yet.
Take some from my garage.
I will.
Okay.
I was going to do it anyways. I know your code.
Oh, frick.
I'm not going to tell anyone, though.
No.
What all zoomies are you getting?
Zoomies?
What do you mean, Punk Bomb?
Go fast parts for the Mustang? Or mushrooms, not sure.
I'm not sure.
Oh, that'd be cool if we did some right now.
Do a
I mean,
podcast on mushrooms?
yeah. I mean,
I don't know if I'm ready for that, but...
we should have got super high.
I
would've been
mean,
like
I
that-
don't have to work tomorrow.
I don't have to work tomorrow either. I'm a gummies person and you're a vape pen person, but
Yeah.
I mean, gummies make me super tired though. No matter what I take, indica, sativa, I don't know if I have to lace it with caffeine, but every time I eat one, I'm I need a nap. Ugh. And then my
That's
eyes.
because you're taking a gummy and getting body stoned. You doofus.
You doofus.
Yeah, he's taking the indica ones, right?
But whether you take indica or sativa, if you
Oh, really?
consume
The
it,
gummies always?
it's going to be more so a body high.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
So-
I was in the garage one day working on Tokyo's Malibu, and I decided to try some of the gummies that I got. And I was like, well, one didn't do much before, so I'll probably take 2. And I got so high.
Oh my god, is that when we took the mango one?
No, this is when I was in the garage and I took the Haley's Comet one.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah, and you had a nap in the car.
I had a
Yes.
nap in the car waiting for Tokyo because I didn't know like what to do. I couldn't talk or anything. I was just like tripping balls. I was like looking at my phone and it looked weird and I just took a nap.
And then we took the gummies. We thought we had taken these ones before, and normally I take like 1 cube, and I was like, okay, it's too much for me. Like, it just gives me effects I don't like. So he gave me half of one, and then we were so fucked up. Like, you took 1.5, he ate the other half, and then I took half, and we were still so fucked up, like, just like spacey and
Just playing
whatever.
video games, whacked in
Well,
your mind.
It was like we banged, and then we just like sat there, like staring at each other.
Wait,
and I'm like, how long have we been sitting here, like
That's
just staring
awkward.
there?
That
and
wasn't-
then afterwards, when he looked at the grams, like half of this one was the same as a full one of the other one we were taking. I was
Good.
like, oh my fucking god, like so.
You idiot,
high.
Kyle.
Yeah, I was like, holy.
That
fuck.
wasn't when I was like, hey brother.
No, that was a different time.
Okay.
We weren't high then. You did that totally fucking sober.
Did I?
We had his Hulk Hogan
Did you
mustache.
bang and throw down Hulk Hogan?
That was
He had the Hulk Hogan mustache,
Yeah.
and we were like fucking,
Yes, that's
and he
what it
was
was.
like, "Hey, brother." And I
So you finished
was
that.
like, he was on top. Oh
You
yeah,
finished that instant.
I came like right away. Yeah.
Wow.
Someone said, "Respect on your TIG welding, Virginia. Just watched the video yesterday. Tokyo, keep practicing."
Ooh, that was a while ago, wasn't
That
it?
was a while
That
ago.
was
We
a
should do it
while
again.
ago.
But Virginia had the advantage because she was a tattoo artist before, and it's kind of like the same.
And she's held a fucking welding
Well-
thing once before.
I've welded before. I used to tattoo, and like
And you do art, so you got
art.
steady
I
hand.
think art is pretty much what.
I jerk off a lot. So
Yeah,
got
but
So I mean, you got this
You got
motion.
strong
doing
arm.
that.
you have a
yeah, like
shaky
if
motion.
TIG welding was doing this, you'd be dead. Although I heard you did give good HJs.
Can confirm.
Listen, what's that? I'm ambidextrous, okay? So
Does that mean you can do this and this?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ambidextrous aquatard.
Fire up Harry Potter and make some Heck Kitty Decknals.
Oh yeah, we still have the Harry Potter over there.
That's true.
We used to offer like I had a website before, and I used to sell stickers and lanyards. Key tags. And then it was just like kind of too much to keep up with. Where I was like spending more time worrying about the website thing than it was making videos, and I still wasn't making enough videos, so I kind of like got away from it just so I could focus in on one thing. But maybe someone I know can help me make a website again.
Well, yes, but I would also like to see it be more like drop shipping instead of having to handle all the merch yourself. So I think that would be the end goal.
Is
to some
drop
degree,
shipping?
is like somebody else who's supplying.
Or I can
merch.
ship things, because working a real job is easy.
Well,
Because I drive by post offices.
Don't get high on your own supply.
I am going to make you a Heck Kitty sticker, though.
Okay.
I still want you
Maybe
to.
for the meantime, we'll get Tokyo to do it then.
We were talking about license plates ideas for Tokyo's car, and I was like, "What if you got
Should be Mally Poo.
Malibu?" I said ain't easy,
And get a sticker that says pimpin'.
and then put a sticker that says pimpin' above it, so it says pimpin' ain't easy.
I also thought about spelling out
Yes.
Sunnyvale Special.
Yeah, but that's too like you'd have to really think about it.
SNVLSPL.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I'd be like, "What is this retard trying to spell?" Or wait, are you allowed to say the R word now?
Maybe.
Edibles always make you tired. Gotta smoke hash oil, mean.
Hash oil.
That's what Brian
Eh.
said.
Hash rolls are going to be a
That's
different
like what the
kind.
Trailer Park Boys do with like hot knives.
They do
do
hash.
hot knife.
Actual hash. Not hash oil.
Honey oil?
I like the vape pens.
Maple
though,
honey
better
oil?
than
That's a
edibles.
Canadian thing?
Where has Kent been? That's what somebody asked.
Hanging out with his dogs.
Yeah, Kent's been like, he got out of the car game for a bit here. So he
Well,
sold
I
off
would-
like all his cars and he bought a pedal bike.
I wouldn't say so much got out of the car game as
He's
winter
temporarily.
in Fort McMurray. Like, I have people that I will see every single day in the summer. And then in winter, I won't see them for 5 months because we don't go outside of our houses.
We don't. It's too cold outside. Like,
Yeah.
And we don't
To-
like ski-doo.
to the
We're not with
point.
the buys down the
Well,
snide.
Even
Giving
the
her.
weather and the snow sometimes doesn't always work out, even if you had skidoos.
Skidoos,
unless you're
skidoos, trikes
hardcore.
and bikes at the gazebo we likes to fight.
Yes.
But it gets so cold to the point where, like, you could walk from the house to the bus stop, which is like a quarter mile away for you American folk. And your boogers and eyebrows will start freezing.
Yes.
Can confirm.
Tokyo Booger Tea because of the color and the turbos and hash oil is what is in the vape pens.
Hash oils and vape pens?
Well, that's what you're vaping is oil.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Those pens that you
I'm not a
buy.
weed connoisseur. I just know
I'm
that.
not
like,
either, but I'm just lazy and I don't want to have to deal with like cleaning a pipe or rolling a joint or doing any of that. A vape pen is just take it out of the cupboard, take a couple of puffs, and then put it back in the
a
cupboard.
vape
and
pen
I'm done.
is like exactly what I picture a MILF doing.
What?
MILFs
like-
definitely smoke vape pens.
Yeah, MILF smoke vape pens, I think.
And probably Karen and her friends on their way to see the manager.
Whatever. I don't care. I like it. I'm lazy and it suits my lifestyle.
That's what I
okay?
mean. All moms don't have time to deal with like
I
rolling
guess
joints and
I
stuff,
don't,
so
I
they
don't find
just
satisfaction in that.
Now, if
Maybe
we were
if I had
if
more
we were
time.
on the east coast of Canada, I would say you just teach your children to roll your joints, but apparently that's frowned upon in the real world.
One, Ricky on Trailer Park Boys, where he uses little kid's pinky finger to start stuffing
Stuff in
joints.
his joints.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Baby
Oh, man.
motel.
Yeah.
Good lord.
I've got Virginia kind of watching Trailer Park Boys like in the background while she's playing Animal Crossing lately. So like
No,
she,
I actually watched it with you.
Yeah.
I think some of the episodes.
well, your face is down here, but your like ears are kind of listening to it. So
and
you're
then
listening
every
with
time
your
there's
ears.
something questionable, I look up at you and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And we just both start laughing.
Yeah, anything that's questionable, she like looks over at me and I give her a little look like, "Did you get that?"
Yeah.
I think people need to know the story behind Virginia's beetle.
What do you mean? The story behind it?
Let's hear it.
Oh Jesus.
The heroic ventures.
Oh my god. Okay,
But you
so
had two, didn't you?
I've actually had several Beetles. The first Beetle that my dad bought me was a 1969 white Beetle. It had a decal on the back that looked like white paint, like dripping from the back, and the engine was sea solid. So we had it parked actually in our front lawn for like months, and then finally he ended up selling it again. And we were like, I worked at McDonald's at the time, and I had some money saved up to buy one. And there was one, I think, in Edmonton that he went to go look at. My mom and my dad drove down on his motorcycle, and the one they looked at apparently was a piece of shit, but he found this other one, bought it for like $3,000. It was a 1958 Beetle. It was the first year they did the big square window in the back. So I bought that for $3,000 when I was 16 and drove it for about a year. And like one day when I came home from work, I was also working out at site at the time because I was a rap student. I came home from work off the bus and I seen something like hanging under the car. And when I poked my head under, it was actually the floor pan where the battery sits, which is behind the passenger seat. And I was like, "Whoa, Dad, that can't be good. Like I can see the battery hanging from the car." And he's like, "No, we're gonna have to park this." So literally from the time I got to drive it for graduation. So it probably was when I was like 17 or 18 when this happened, and it got parked, and it was probably parked for like 10 years. It went from here all the way to Labrador when my parents moved, and then all the way back, like with the intention of eventually fixing it. So unfortunately in those 10 years, it like
Went to complete hell.
it went to complete shit because they stored it outside.
In
So it just-
Labrador, which is salt air.
well, even here though, it was shit. So when it came back the second time, it sat in my backyard in a little tent shed, and I was like, this is fucking depressing. Like, it was so fun to drive. It was, it didn't have the original engine in it. It had a little 1200cc, whatever. Like, it was really zippy and really fun to drive.
The normal Beetle engine upgrade that the average person
Yeah,
does.
pretty much. And the guy was actually driving it in the winter. The guy they bought it from in Edmonton, like, the little, it didn't have a gas heater, but it did have a little valve and a fan that you would turn on, and it would take the heat from the engine and, like, blow it up into the
Good,
cab.
good. I love being
So
heated
you-
by carbon monoxide.
Well, whatever, I don't know. So it would come out by your feet, and then it would come up by the windshield here. So anyways, then I was like, you know what, I'm going to fucking sell it, and I'm just going to buy one that's already been fixed, because I'm sick of waiting on my dad, because my dad rebuilds cars as well. And so I sold it pretty much for $3,000 for what I paid for it, and I think you actually know the guy.
Yeah, in a roundabout way, Kyle Cameron had bought it, so it's still in town, actually.
Yep.
And they still have it, right?
They still have it, yeah.
Yeah, so anyways, it's still kicking, which is awesome. I ended up buying a 1957 Beetle from a guy in Calgary who took the time, and he was the one who actually rebuilt it. The paint isn't perfect, and there's probably some things that need to be tweaked, but it is the last year that they made the oval window, and it's got the dual carb kit on it. It's called an Ocrasa kit. And it's supposed
So
to be
that's like a VW enthusiast thing. They're like,
oh yeah,
oval
100%.
window.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
So apparently, if you look up the 36 horsepower challenge, because it's a 36 horsepower engine, it's a thing to actually street race 36 horsepower Beetles. It's a thing apparently. So they probably don't go very fast, but they're fun to drive. So anyways,
It's like fully restored. It's a beautiful thing.
it is, yeah. I think the paint needs to be done. I think I want to paint it. Right now it's like a bluish gray, and I want to paint it like a peachy pink kind of color. I think.
Yeah, there's
really
a couple little chips in the paint, but like overall, the car is like
it's in good
solid.
shape.
It's like,
Yeah, it is. And it's like got no rust or anything. It's not just chips in the paint, but it's also like there's drips in it. Like the guy didn't do a good job painting it pretty much. And he kind of, when I bought it from him, he kind of sold it off as like, oh, well, I was kind of going for that like rough, like street rock. And I'm like, whatever. I just loved it.
But you did an
anyways.
excellent job on the rest of the car.
Yeah,
You're
so
just-
actually, when I bought it from the guy in Calgary, I flew down there, bought it, like, gave this guy all the money in cash. It was like, I EMT'd him the deposit, and then everything else I gave in cash. It was like $13,000 in cash. I was like, here you go, in an envelope. And then I drove it back from Calgary. And what normally takes an 8-hour drive to drive it from Calgary to Fort McMurray took me probably like 11 hours or something like that. It was disgusting because really...
And it was cold.
And it was fucking cold because it was September, I think, and the way the hood comes down, the air was scooping up under the hood and blowing in through the radio. So I'm sitting there like this, and there's no fucking seatbelt. So I'm going like...
I forgot about that.
Yeah, like 90 to 100 kilometers an hour. Like, I wasn't supposed to be pushing it to 100 because technically the engine was just rebuilt and all this kind of stuff and, you know, breaking in the engine.
Pish posh. Full
So
send.
I think I was going like maybe max like 70 miles per hour or something. Which is what? Was it 70? At one point I must have, because I was
70
fucking...
miles an hour would be almost 120 kilometers an
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah, so like at points I was pushing it. So anyways, I was going between 60 and 70 miles per hour, and I was fucking cold, and there's no seat belts. Like, when you sit in these seats,
They're so comfy, though.
they're so comfy. Like, they're so soft and squishy, and it's like, we call it a bug hug. When you sit in it, it's like a bug hug.
It really
Like,
does,
sits
because there's
down and
like,
hugs you.
there's got to be at least a good 8 inches of foam on the seat.
I think so. They're definitely like a redone seat. I don't think they were originally like that, but anyway. So yeah, I drove this thing home, and my dad has hated it. Funny story, he hates it because he's like, oh, that guy who rebuilt that car didn't do a very good job. And I'm just like, Dad, you just fucking hate it because I didn't get you to rebuild the 58, because he kept saying, oh, the 58's got a story, you bought it when you were 16, and you graduated. I said, yeah, but then I also just watched it rot for like 10 years, so... I have much more fun driving my 57 now, the one that I can actually fucking drive. And the kids like driving in the back. My parents don't like that I take my kids in it because there's no seatbelts, but we only usually just putt around like the Thickwood area.
And
like,
go get cheeseburgers.
yeah,
Yeah,
go
we
get
just
food. Or,
Do the loop or
just
go to
like-
McDonald's.
yeah,
or...
just leisurely driving, right? So
Yeah.
it's all good.
I drove it, the very first time I drove it, I actually broke it.
I remember that.
Oh yeah, there's a video
That's on
on
video.
my abandoned YouTube channel.
I tried to like accelerate and I broke the throttle cable.
Yeah, you like literally slammed the gas to the ground though. So in the Beatles' defense, it was like you abused it. a
He was
little
like,
bit.
ow! And then
Yeah,
he broke.
fucking snapped the throttle cable.
But then I fixed it, and in the process I ripped my Real Street hoodie, so
Yeah, you did. That's right.
Yeah.
You did.
You should have got one when we were in the States.
I should have.
The Mick is asking, saying that your dad, Virginia, is a Mopar guy. What does he think of the Heck Kitty? The alien Heck
hell
Kitty.
This is
Yes.
funny because when I got it, she like texted her dad. She was like, "I got a new," or I'm thinking about trading my
Acadia.
Acadia in on a Hellcat, and then
My dad just responded and he was like, LOL. And then I sent another picture of the car in front of the house being like, look, do you like it type thing? And he was like, sweet. And then I don't know if he actually believes me or not though. He's like, so when are you guys coming down next? They live just outside of Edmonton. He's like, when are you guys coming down next? So I don't know if he's expecting me to like show
Bring
up
it?
in the car or what.
yeah, because then we took a selfie with you driving it and
yeah,
the kids in
that's
the back.
right. The kids were in the back too, so it's funny.
You can't not like the Heck Kitty, though.
No, like I think my dad
He's like a
will
diehard
like
Mopar
it.
fan.
He
though.
totally is. He totally is a diehard
Well,
Mopar
what's
fan.
the car that he rebuilt?
He has a 1970 Challenger that he built from the ground up. He literally bought this car, like decrepit car, off eBay years ago. I remember when it showed up on the trailer of a truck, and he literally brought it down to the frame and rebuilt it. He painted it all himself and all
It's
that
a
kind of stuff.
damn nice car.
Yeah, it is a very
Well, he
nice
won.
car.
He won at the Father's Day car show.
Yeah,
last summer.
yeah. He has like a whole shelf full of like car show
Awards, yeah.
So he's definitely like a Mopar car show type of guy. And
we,
then
we
he's
just
working
need
on
more
a-
car shows with like shitbox burnout trophies, and then we're in.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like we're not quality like your dad. We're just
We have
Hoodrat.
like one car show every year where they bring up like a dyno, and that's kind of cool. But other than that,
I think they actually have other car shows, but that's the only like really good car show.
That's the big one, and then the GM dealer in town started bringing up a dyno and trying to do one with the new Summit stuff, and I ended up being at a town last year, but hopefully that becomes a thing, and then Cummins in Taganova is doing a show, and they bring up a dyno, so...
Oh, really? Okay.
More people seem to be getting involved. It's a good way to bring people together if COVID-19 frigs off.
yeah, the last couple of years our car community has been real weird.
Why?
And real funny at the same time because there's like a bit of money in our town. It's not uncommon to see more top of the line models of a specific car than it is like low models of a specific car. Like you see more Subaru WRX STIs than you do of like just WRXs around.
We also started calling GTRs Honda Civics because there were so many of them.
Yeah, there was like 7 or 8 GTRs.
In our circle of friends.
They would just show up to a meet and be like, oh, look at all those Civics over there. GTR's like, cool.
$100,000 car.
Yeah.
And we just...
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's like
not-
TX2K. Look how many GTRs
Smile
are.
and nod. Smile and nod.
That's what I am. All these like letters and numbers. I'm just like, I don't really know what these things are. So.
We could talk about Fortnite. We could be like,
I
okay.
haven't played Fortnite in forever though.
I know, it's so sad. We were just starting to get good at like... I wouldn't say we were getting good at building things, but we were getting good at protecting ourselves.
Yeah, I guess.
And
Panic
then-
building.
And then all of a
Tokyo,
sudden...
where's your car? Hobbs, my car is at Daddy Cal's house. And yes, GTRs do suck. Hobbs can say that because he had one, but now he's a Corvette guy.
Yeah.
What did the mix say? I'm a 1970 Model 2, but I've never won anything with this bike. Yeah, your dad's Challenger is sweet. Thanks.
Maybe if you paint yourself pink, you'll get awards.
There you go, Panther Pink.
I said it once and I'll say it again. The Mick probably has the best Instagram page I've ever seen
Yes,
in my
it does.
whole entire life. But I'm super biased because it's like about something I'm really passionate about.
Broken
Wieners.
car parts.
Yeah, broken car parts. Something I'm really good at.
Breaking car parts.
I'm sure we'll have plenty more Pistons after the end of
You
this
gotta
summer.
play Apex and not Fortnite. I tried Apex and I kept trying to like build. I kept thinking I could build, to be honest. And I feel like I can't see jack shit. Like everything is just so like small and detailed. Maybe I'm blind and I don't know it, but
Someone told me to catch up with Peg from Zip Ties and Bias Plies. I haven't talked to him in a while, but I still think we should go down there and like make some sort of video.
Yeah, we'll bring the Malibu or the Civic or something down.
Give him something to do burnouts in. He's a guy in Cold Lake, I think it was, or closer to Edmonton. I can't remember.
Cold Lake is over near Bonneville, and that's where you said he was, but I thought he was in like Grand Prairie or something
He
ridiculous.
might be in Grand Prairie, but he's like, it's probably the closest YouTuber to us that has a significant amount of followers. He has like 250,000 subscribers or something like that, and they just do hood rat, like even more hood rat stuff than we're doing. Like he'll do burnouts in a cement truck or something, or smash a cement truck into a building.
On the Hoodrat note, though, I mean, I took the Civic for a drive tonight because I moved
You
it out of the
did?
garage while getting my bike out.
And it runs.
It runs and drives great. It
Yeah.
idled a little high until it got up to temperature, and then like 1,800 RPM just stayed there.
That's
And
kind of
two-step
really high.
good down the road. The neighbors probably wondered what was going on. The guy next door came over and was like, I thought that was a motorbike. He's like, is that 4 turbos? What's this thing? He's like, I saw the back of it in the garage this winter when I was over. He's like, but I didn't know this was what it was. Like, yeah.
Yeah, so we have the 4-turbo Honda Civic. It needs the... Dan had supplied some ID 1000 injectors that have to go in it. So that has to go in there. And then I think we should probably get it down to Adam at AFR to let him tune it. Because who knows when we're going to be allowed past the border again to go to Colorado. Like the initial plan was to bring it to Colorado and collaborate with the Boosted Boys and PFI. But who knows when we're going to get across the border again.
Who just made like 760 horsepower on a K-Series in a Subaru?
Yeah.
My God.
And the K-Series, I've seen they have a case. Well, PFI Speed helped build this. They put this Honda engine in the back of a smart car, and it makes like 450 horsepower in a smart car.
I think you showed me that video or something.
Yeah.
I think I was watching it. Yeah.
PFI and faster problems.
Yeah.
Jeremy.
So that's gonna be
Right.
stupid.
Agreed. The one from AFR is crazy. The turbo Gixxer motor.
Yeah. There's a. Well, it's a Hayabusa, I believe.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yes,
Well, a Gixxer,
Hayabusa.
GSXR 1300 is a Hayabusa.
Oh, I did not know that. I'm not big on motorcycles. Oh wait, motorcycles. In fact, I will refuse to get my motorcycle license because I know I'm such a dickhead and I don't want to crash and be a squid.
A squid is someone who doesn't wear proper gear. But in Alberta, you don't need a motorcycle license because Virginia has one. So you can take the Honda Davidson.
As long as you're riding with me, because I have my motorcycle license.
Your class 5 is your beginners.
You technically have your motorcycle learners because you already have your driver's license.
Not only do you have a cool little car, you drive a motorcycle.
Yes.
You're way too badass for me.
Do you have leather pants for your motorcycle?
No, I don't have leather pants.
Do you have assless chaps for the bedroom?
No. Should I get some?
You could get them for the motorcycle and the bedroom.
You've got me interested now.
I mean...
Maybe Kyle can get a pair too. Helicopter instead of chaps.
That'll be my new welding attire, just assless chaps.
I don't think you can get. I don't think you can get chaps without.
The mix says, "Put Kyle on the back, V." You gonna get on the back of my motorcycle?
You don't have a
There's no
seat.
passenger seat.
What if
It's
I
a
get in
single
front of
seater.
you and you, like...
Oh my god.
I'll just sit, like, with my hands on the tank.
I would not be able to see over you. That's like a death waiting to happen. No.
It's probably not very legal either, I guess.
No, it's not.
We
I
should
mean,
have to
what
sit on the
is
back.
legal on a motorcycle? I mean, isn't... I
Whatever
mean,
you want.
No, you can't.
You
do
should
whatever
take the
you
Honda
want.
Davidson out. You and Virginia go for a motorcycle ride.
There you go.
oh, the one I built the exhaust for?
10-4.
We should put a turbo on it.
Yeah. Too many projects right now.
There is too many
Too much
projects.
economic downfall.
Hey, Joel. Somebody said, I made it. Yo, I made it, not you.
Joel, RGV. Wow, we have 26 people watching live to our lame little...
It's not lame. Come on.
That's crazy. Like, do your guys' lives suck that bad that you want to listen to us talk about finger blasting aliens and assless chaps and helicoptering while
come
welding?
on.
I really hope, like, their screen is up and then it's, like, minimized and it's just, like, background noise for someone
Why?
doing something productive.
Or I hope somebody's making love right now.
Making
to
love
our
right now.
voices.
That would be amazing.
Oh, we gotta do the Howard Stern thing where we just, like, do a deep bass voice and you gotta, like, sit on the speaker.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I haven't watched Howard
I
Stern
like
in a really
to
long
hear
time.
the unfiltered stuff. He says, yup. Guess what I'm doing, Kyle? Making love. Feel free to sell my smart car since you guys are talking about
Oh,
it.
we're doing an advertisement now? Dan selling a smart car.
There you go.
It's the good kind, but it's more than $8.
Because you my friends. Thanks, Pum Pum. Thanks for always supporting us. We were talking today saying that we haven't been on Fortnite in a while.
No, he sent me a message. He wasn't working today, so we should probably play Fortnite
man.
at some point.
I
We have
know.
some really, like, cool people who, like, they just check in on us sometimes. And it's kind of nice.
Yeah, like-
it is nice.
People who just ask us how we're doing. Like Jughead, Punk Bomb. They're just like, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. How you doing, man?
The mix says making love and screaming out, "Hey, brother."
I got a box of stuff
Oh, yeah.
from the Dirty Pumpkin for the Malibu.
The Dirty Pumpkin's, like, super awesome. It's the guy who sent me, like, welding gloves and
The third hand.
the third hand. You know, remember that big red thing that looked like a bent penis? And it was, like, really heavy?
The class.
It's a third...
Fuck! What are you talking about? The thing
It's a
that came in
third
the mail?
hand. Yeah, so...
Oh, okay.
It's
yeah.
made if you have something on your welding table that you need to stand in a certain position, but you need...
Yeah.
So you just, like, rest this hand thing on it.
Okay, baby, I get it. You explained this to me before.
I was just letting you know, okay? And they didn't hear it.
So he's a dude who lives
Okay.
in outside of Edmonton. Like you said, Kyle. He sends Kyle some stuff, and he sent me a message with the Malibu because he saw him making speaker boxes. He was like, "Hey, do you got any speakers for the rear?" He's like, "I'm gonna send you a set of 6x9s and an amp that I've got laying around." So
That's awesome.
shout out to the Dirty Pumpkin and
Yeah.
his Z28, 78
Yeah.
Z28, I think.
Not only is the Malibu going to be, like, quick, it's also going to be, like, bumping.
Pimped out.
To like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna like roll around listening to DMX like on crank.
That
And Ludacris Blueberry Yum Yum because that's my jam. And then I'm gonna roll in some Janet Jackson Go Deep.
My go-to driving playlist is, like, 2000s pop music,
I gotta go a little more on the rap. You get them bass lines.
I guess. But you were, like, a DJ before, so it's like...
Yeah, but I was a car stereo guy before that, so I
Music's
know all the
in your
bass hits,
soul.
man.
Me, I just want to be, like, a high
But
school...
now you got a good stereo, so maybe we'll get you on the good playlist.
I want to reminisce my high school schoolgirl days where I just listened to 2000s pop.
It's true.
Is it?
Look at you guys leaning in,
Do you guys?
checking
I'm
that.
trying to read it.
What about everybody's listening to the audio here?
The Dirty
You're leaving
Pumpkin
him
is
out.
awesome. Give him a follow on Instagram. I assembled my engine today, so I did something productive.
I cleaned my garage.
Moon status.
I cleaned my garage too, and it's
And
like
I got the bike out. I got the Civic out. I cleaned the garage. I took the bike, put fuel in it.
it feels so nice when you clean your garage, doesn't it?
I half-ass cleaned it because I wanted to take the bike for a ride, but the bike isn't in the back corner anymore.
Yeah,
and
but
it
we're
moves.
stupid. We never full-assed anything.
That's true. No,
I mean,
we don't even full-ass our chaps.
Not even.
Yeah.
Wait, is it full-assing something would be bad, wouldn't it?
Not really sure. Depends on if it's what an alien's doing to you.
So half-assing is like better than full-assing in the good department?
So no assing is the best, is what you're
No
saying?
assing would be the best. No assing would be perfection.
I no ass that.
That's gonna be the new catchphrase.
Wow. Next to hashtag podcast and chill.
That's just, we'll call it our that's what we'll call our shop. No ass performance.
Full ass.
Full ass performance is like
And a
Hoodrat
picture
Racing.
of a donkey.
Yes.
We could start a business. No
But the
ass
donkey needs to
performance.
have like a unicorn horn and probably wings.
Do you feel
What?
like if we got a dyno in this town, would it be profitable?
It would be for a short period of time because people would want to dyno their stuff, but I think it would quickly fade away. I don't think it's an achievable business thing to have just a dyno. If you had a dyno in a shop and you were running a shop out of it, but I mean Brody had his and did a couple of days here and there, but people,
Well, he wasn't like-
most people like the dyno is so successful at the car show because people want to show their numbers. They want to make a show for the crowd. Anybody that has a car that wants to know their numbers or wants to tune goes south.
Yeah. So
You get a lot of diesel guys that would want to like dick swing on their like 1,200 plus foot-pounds of torque.
let me rephrase this now. If I got a dyno and made YouTube videos on it, would it be profitable?
Probably.
Would
If
people be like, I want to go to the dyno just so I could get some clout on the YouTubes?
in town you would, but the downside of being here, and we learned it in the DJ thing, is it's nothing for people in Fort McMurray to travel to Edmonton for a concert, an event, an outing, a mall, etc. But nobody will travel from Edmonton to Fort McMurray no matter what it's for. They just don't do it. So you're limited to the population of town.
Yeah. And
You could definitely throw some dyno days, and like if you got a dyno that could solid state fairly hard, my buddy James, who runs Raven Performance in Halifax, they used to do dyno drag racing, and they'd put a car on the dyno, just a random Honda Civic or something, and you would drag race and see who could get the best
that'd be
time.
something really nice around here too. If they could get like a portable timing system, and we could have a drag race like what they do in some towns where they do the street drag races.
Like in Lethbridge?
Is that the 100-foot ones or whatever? Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that'd be super nice if we could do something like that.
It would be.
I have a feeling you have something to tell us.
Yeah, I totally do. So you know how we were talking about you let me drive the Hellcat?
Yes.
And you set it to like 500 horsepower?
Yeah.
So do you remember me telling you about my friend Shauna and her husband like watches your videos and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So she messaged me and was like, Tim just watched one of Kyle's videos about his new Hellcat.
Oh, I know Tim and Shauna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're awesome. They're
Yeah,
so
Tim
awesome.
has one too.
Yeah, so he just bought a Hellcat last year, but it's a manual. And literally she says, it's so fun to drive. Make sure you let Kyle know that I drive ours in red key mode. Don't let him hold out on you, haha. The 500 horsepower tuning is for pussies.
What?
That is literally what the message says. So I'm like, he let me drive it the other day, but the kids were in the back and he set it to 500 horsepower. But I'm going to get to drive the 700 horsepower tune this week with the devil face after it, okay? So...
You know what's funny is in
You've
this
been holding out on me?
no in this cold weather, I've actually preferred the 500 horsepower tune
Why?
because from like a 20 kilometer an hour roll,
Or a 60.
you actually get traction in it.
Didn't I drive it at first with the 700 and then you tuned it down after?
Maybe, but you did not go full throttle at the 700.
No, I didn't.
It doesn't like unless you're
But
full
I
throttle.
was able to like not spin it out. That's what I'm saying.
Unless you're full throttle, it's not going to make any difference on the tune because all it does is limit like the upper RPM of the boost. But so far the 500 horsepower tune, just like putting around town, is tons. But when me and Dan actually went for a drive out on the highway, the 700 horsepower tune actually hooked up. You just have to be doing about 100. Yeah.
Okay. That's it. A strip club would be profitable. I don't know. We only
strip
have
club?
we only have one strip club here, and I don't know.
We used to have two. And it was the only strip club I've ever been in the other one was the only strip club I've ever been in my life that didn't charge men.
Diggers?
It was called Teasers, but yes,
Oh,
it was
yeah,
attached
sorry.
to Diggers in the Oil Can.
No.
It's the only
Fun.
only strip club that never charged admission to guys. And that should be a key that if there's no admission, it's probably not the A-list. And I think C-Section Sally was there the night I was there. It was a bad time. And like the same lady that was announced herself when she was done serving people beer and then got on stage and got naked. I'm not really sure how that works.
Fun fact, Alberta is the only place in North America, I believe, where it's legal to throw money at strippers.
That's true. When I told a stripper that in Las Vegas, she was quite perturbed that I told her if this was in Alberta, you would be naked and I would be throwing loonies at your vagina.
Well, in the States, though, they don't get fully naked.
No,
Only
and then
in
she didn't know what a
Canada
loony
is
was
that
either.
legal.
Yeah.
But the
But
whole
throwing
throwing
loonies.
money is kind of derogatory. I
So for
suppose.
all you Americas, our equivalent to your $1 bill is actually a $1 coin, and girls will take posters, roll them up, put them on their pussy, and you have to throw loonies into the poster to hit them in the pussy, or they'll put loonies on their nipples, and you have to throw your loonies to knock the loonies off her nipples. So you're throwing coins at this girl, and then
Or if you just want a poster and you don't want to play the game, you just make it into a paper airplane, toss it, and say, give me my poster.
yeah. So the poor girl has to walk around with a magnet afterwards to pick up all the loonies. It's quite funny. I think you can get quarters too, actually.
No.
No?
No, it's all loonies.
It's all loonies.
Loonies, toonies, 5, 10s, 20s.
Oh.
Somebody said a strip club in Arizona does coin night. Well, coin night is every night in Alberta.
Well, I was at one of the strip clubs in Vegas when we went, and they had a Let It Rain machine that just drops dollar bills from the ceiling. I don't really know how that works. You just like put in a 20 and it'll just drop a bunch of $1 bills over the stage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was
Oh
called
my
Making
God.
It Rain, and like lights go off like a hockey game, and
See,
you're like,
that'd be
yeah.
alright, because
Yeah.
then you like showered in money. But like, if I was a stripper, I would not want people to throw fucking coins at me. And I knew assholes in high school that like, they would
Oh, yeah,
actually
you heat them up.
fucking heat them up
Oh,
and
yeah.
then throw them. So it's like...
Well,
I
that's a
don't
real
know.
dick move. I mean,
So, you say that like maybe you've done that before.
I definitely have not done that before.
Okay, good.
I've only been to the strip club
Thank
like...
you for not doing
A
that.
coin slot and a balloon knot. Jesus Christ, the Mick.
He's so quick and witty with all the comebacks, too. But yeah, so that's our stripper story. I've only been to like the strip club a couple times because, I mean, our strippers are like
Well,
not top notch.
Fort Mac is such a dysfunctional town. I can remember when I came here like 10 years ago. It was an acceptable thing to take a girl on a date to a strip club because that's what everybody did. You went downtown, you went to Podolin or Boston
I've
Pizza,
never been on a date to a strip
and then
club.
you'd go to the strip club, and then you'd go to Envy or you'd go to Diggers, and that was the circuit.
To be fair, you were in
Maybe
a
my
relationship
friends
for
are-
10 years also.
Yeah, and maybe my friends are
guess
pieces
so.
of shit, and the people that they were probably skanks.
Yeah,
I've always
but
said
even
you're a piece of
then-
shit.
I am a piece
I
of shit.
don't know.
But it was a real thing. Like, a night out was like, let's go to the strip club. But it wasn't like, oh, let's go touch titties and get lap dances. It was a place to go that had drinks and booze.
You know what I miss? Whataburger. What it was? Yes. You guys in the States have some damn good food. There's like Whataburger and
That barbecue place that we went to in Texas that Jeff brought us.
the Meat Coma place that we went to.
Oh, it's such a meat coma.
We walked in and it was like, you just order pounds of meat and they just give it to you.
And you could get it
Is it
extra
called
moist.
meat?
No, it was all called barbecue.
Oh, there's a place in Edmonton just off of White Ave. It used to be, I don't know if it's still there, but it's called Meat. It's the same thing. Like, you literally, on the menu, you just order, like...
Half a pound or whatever. and
Yeah,
then-
pretoo much. And you can literally order, like, just a pickle. A full pickle like this.
You
It's
would
like
say that.
$1. I love pickles.
Hide the pickle, tickle, tickle.
But, anyways, yeah. It's really good there, too, though. We should go there next time. It's
You know what?
open.
Thinks like
I just
just
want to go
thinking
somewhere
about
and eat
this.
food.
We have all
Oh.
bullshit food here. Like we don't have like a Nando's or
I wish we had a Nando's. Nando's is so
It's
good.
Nando's.
It's like a Brazilian style chicken place where they literally just take fresh chicken and
Are they going to
grill
try and
it
put
fresh.
vegetables on it and around
no.
it?
You can order just chicken. You don't
Alright,
have
I'm in.
to have a side. But
you like hot
it's
sauce?
so good.
Yeah, does bear shit in the woods?
Oh, it's so good.
They have
should
Nando
give
sauce.
them- do we have any more bottles of
We
Nando's?
don't, but you can get an independent Nando sauce.
Pickles, Kevin.
I'll make sure to
Pickles
give
are
it
the
to
best.
you.
Mustard
I
pickles.
have a
Shove it up
That's-
your
I have
pussy.
mustard pickles. MPL. Mustard pickle lady.
That's me.
Oh, that was a long one, mustard pickle lady. That was like last Christmas, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
This Christmas and
2
last Christmas.
Christmases ago.
Yeah.
But you brought mustard pickles this year too.
I did, yeah. But the first time was 2 Christmases
Yeah,
ago.
and it
I
was
didn't
like,
even
oh
come
my
to-
god, she just showed up with mustard pickles.
I remember I didn't come this year. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
you had
felt
Corona.
Like dog shit. Yeah,
Legitimately.
I had the
No, we
Corona.
didn't have Corona.
100%.
What do you mean? I was
We didn't
dying.
have Corona.
I was like, ooh, Rona. That's what I was like.
Not have Corona. But anyways, I came to Tokyo's for Christmas, and the food was delicious.
You came at Tokyo's for Christmas?
Hell yeah.
What the heck? I
obviously.
missed out. I was at work. I had work Christmas Day.
20. What was
But
this
y'all
21
have
people?
poutine. Poutine is amazing. Okay, poutine is truly amazing.
The home of the Canadians.
Poutine.
Poutine.
Poutine. Chris Sydock and Ashley will correct you if you say poutine.
It is poutine, but
Is it actually pronounced Putin?
Poutine.
yes, because it's French.
Because it's français.
En français.
Dans avec le chapeau. Pour la mes
Est-ce que je
amis.
peux aller salle de bain, s'il vous plaît?
Je ne
Est-ce que je peux
comprends
aller
pas.
aux toilettes? Oh, oui, oui, wow.
I like how you're like half in the screen here.
I took a lot of years of French and I literally know none of it. School system failed me.
Was it the school system though, or
100%.
Or did you spend all your time in school selling weed?
No, I didn't sell weed in school. That was till my later life when I had a Volkswagen and a car audio obsession.
Well, we know crazy people live in Nova Scotia.
That's
Stupid.
true. I
A
had
rampage guy, what was it 17 people?
23.
23?
23 people.
Jeez, the count keeps going up.
We've got, what is that?
So, like, the
Carne
biggest...
asada fries in Arizona. What is it? What's carne asada fries?
Carne asada.
Have you
I
ever
feel like-
had deep fried turkey breasts? This is just like, because in Newfoundland, we don't have poutine. We have fries, dressing, and gravy.
Yeah, fries with works.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, so fucking good. So there's this
What should
restaurant.
make them after? If
Fries,
I
dressing,
make
and gravy?
Yeah.
Do we have fries at home? We have bread. Actually, we probably could.
I have fries and
Although we don't have gravy.
I want you to bang my mouth
you
with
just
it.
you can just get packages of gravy and make some.
I know, but I don't even think I have that.
I probably
You
have
ever
some
had
here.
the canned
I'll check
gravy?
if I've got
The
some here.
canned
I'll lend
gravy?
you some.
Oh, thank you. Lend me some gravy, please. But anyways, there's this restaurant home called Kay's, and they literally take, instead
Kay's
of like
Cozy
a chicken
Corner?
breast. No, it's just Kay's in Harbor Grace. You ever been there?
No.
Anyways, they take like chicken breasts and they just fucking deep fry it, almost like battered, and it's so good. You order with like fries, dressing, and gravy on the side. I don't know what that just reminded me of, but now I'm hungry for it. So
I'm starving now.
actually, I'm. Really
Why don't you
hungry.
feed me? I love how
My
off,
pussy?
like... We're...
hungry.
we're
I had mini pizzas when I got home from work
oh, man.
from M&M.
Oh, did you?
We got, like, so off the
Giuseppe.
topic of cars into,
Yeah,
like... Because
food.
our car life isn't that exciting. And, like,
Grilled marinated.
realistically...
Steak. What's up, all you cool cats and kittens? Fried.
Oh,
turkey
you haven't sent me a
is
Tiger
amazing.
King meme in a long time.
I haven't had any good ones come through. I did have a good one about fishnets
It
and
is
stockings
pronounced
though.
poutine. You guys just confused every American watching this. Why? Do you know what fries, dressing, and gravy is? So you know the dressing you put inside like a turkey? It's where it's like bread, onions, butter, savory, salt, and pepper. That's what we put on ours anyways. You take that and you put it on your french fries and then you pour gravy over top of it. Oh, it's so fucking good.
Pizza fries and gravy.
Pizza fries.
That sounds good, too.
I used to do that all the
Bottled
time.
moose. Still planning a trip to Edmonton. How many days we hanging? You cannot come to Edmonton yet, Punk Bomb. Good luck getting here.
If there's one thing I learned about Tiger King, it's that your rise and fall from fame in this world is, like, really fast. Because literally, like, every day for a week, we were like, Tiger King, Tiger King, Tiger King, Tiger King. And now I haven't heard about it.
I'm on a specific Tiger King Facebook memes page.
I'm on that too.
and there's
Me
still,
too.
there's still some fire, but they're just...
It
they're
is
not as
dying
good.
off, right?
The
Yeah, like-
latest one I sent Tokyo it earlier where it was like Justin Bieber looks like he's gonna be the Tiger King's next husband. Did you see
Somebody
that
was
picture?
posting Joseph Maldonado Passage's address so you can send him letters in prison.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we should send him
Oh
some
my
stuff.
god.
But, like, the same thing with the Quad Turbo Civic. It was, like, my rise and fall to fame real fast. It was the same... It was, like, the same peak and slope as the Tiger King, I feel like. I was, like, up, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so famous. And then it was like, nope.
Yeah,
maybe-
but it's not like you lost all your subscribers though.
No, I didn't lose the subscribers, but I lost, like, a lot of, like... When I would upload a Quad Turbo Civic build, it was, like, 70,000 views in, like, a day.
Yeah.
And now I'm, like, 7,000.
It's just like momentum though. It's not
It is.
sustainable for it to be like every single
I need to watch
fucking day.
Tiger King again.
I still haven't watched the full thing, to be honest.
You
I
haven't?
think I caught like the last couple episodes because he was watching it in bed while I was whatever doing something else. I can't remember.
Finger blasting your,
Finger blast.
Yes,
finger blasting your
actually.
cotton cream pie.
Yes, actually, but anyways, Yeah, I never saw the full thing.
I'm hooked
but
on.
I get the memes.
So, with quarantine, I hit Ozark, watched all that. Incredible
you were
show.
saying that was really good.
And then Tobin was like, "You should watch Animal Kingdom." Like,
Is that the one Sullivan was watching?
No, he's watching Penguins or
no,
something.
no. So
On Disney Plus.
I had heard people talking about Animal Kingdom. Like, what the fuck? Why are you people watching like National Geographic?
That's what I thought it was too.
Not at all. Incredible.
What is it?
Twisted, incredible thieves.
What?
Must watch.
What do you mean? Is it like
Any
people
more
or
info than
animals?
this?
People. It has nothing to do with animals. They're fucking insane. There's drugs, sex, and theft.
I know what we're doing after. Banging.
Drug, sex, and theft.
After you get ice cream.
We're
on
gonna
the
watch
way home.
Animal Kingdom. I'm gonna
Tiger King
make sure to
Full
like
is
send me
in
that.
jail in Fort Worth right now. Just gained 10 pounds listening to you explaining
The food.
what? Studying fries and gravy.
Yeah, I love how
Stuffing.
stuffing.
our car
yeah.
podcast turned into food.
What else we got?
Well, this was what I had
Videos
written
with
down.
Some strippers, and I guarantee views would go up.
Because we're like so shit at podcasting and like we're just new to this, I wrote down some things and here was my list. It was buying the new Hellcat, driving the different cars, which I told that story. Tokyo still has a small dick. Quick jacks. I kind of wanted to talk about that because those were super good, but we did talk about that, which I guess. The incognito pulley for the Hellcat and my haircut, which is
Deadly.
it didn't change
Thank
since
you.
the beginning, since I showed it. But that's all I had written down. And look how many things we had written down last time.
Well, because we were like all over the place, not even knowing what we were
But
doing.
we didn't ask the audience for questions now. So if you guys have any specific questions for us before we end this podcast,
And remember, it's not small, it's cute.
make sure to get in the chat there and we'll make sure to address you politely or rudely, depending on
What?
how I feel. I'm the judge.
I think we should all eat poutine in quarantine.
Oh my god. Somebody said, no, this is great. What time is it there? It is, looks like...
9:47 p.m.
Oh, is that accurate? Yeah, it is.
We are in Mountain Time or Colorado Time, depending on if you're in the Canadian lands or the States.
Marcus?
The America States, yes.
Bean Square says, what are your plans for the Hellcat?
Currently, I just want to drive it and enjoy it and have fun with it, and it's going to be an awesome daily driver. And nobody needs 700 horsepower, but I have it. I don't really want to
Times
modify
like
it.
3 soon?
Yeah. Well, I don't want to modify it in any way because it's like the perfect daily driver. Like you can go cruise it. It doesn't feel like you have 700 horsepower. And then when you step on the little pedal, it's like, yeah, you're going to die. So that's essentially what I plan to do with it. Maybe I'll do an air intake and make it a little bit louder by changing some of the exhaust.
CJ's made a big difference with that intake. You can really hear the blower.
I'm going to move this because it keeps moving.
You probably didn't tighten
I
it
like
down.
to
I didn't
Move it,
tighten it
move
down
it.
probably because this piece is supposed to go in and wedge in there, but the bolt isn't long enough to go in the thing and use that piece.
So you were basically what you're telling everyone is that you may do with something that wasn't long enough, and it works. Just requires some adjustment here.
You have to go real deep with it, yeah.
Wow. What's anybody else saying?
What is TPB?
Trailer
How
Park
popular-
Boys?
Park Boys.
What is wrong with you?
Sorry, I didn't know.
Trailer
How
Park
popular
Boys is
TPB
life.
in Canada, actually.
Quite popular.
Oh, look, I wasn't even in it.
Funny fact.
Now I cut you off. What the heck?
Asshole.
Jim Leahy, the drunk trailer park supervisor, was actually big in the theater scene in Nova Scotia, and was actually an advocate for Alcoholics Anonymous.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you actually know? We were watching it, and I was like, who is that kid? And as we're watching, I'm like, that's fucking Ellen Page. Do you know what Ellen Page is? She's the actress who was on Juno. She was in
Who's
Conception.
Ellen Page? Because I know the movie Juno.
She's the one who played Juno. That's Ellen Page. She was
But
Trina.
who's Ellen?
She was Trina or whatever on. She
In-
was Leahy's daughter.
Leahy's daughter.
But there was two separate people that were Leahy's daughter at some point. Was
Oh,
it
in the
really?
very first
Yeah.
episodes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Ellen Page.
Yeah. Still, like, the very
No.
first episodes are so
Yes.
old.
It can't be.
It was. Like her face and voice are unmistakable.
Oh, shit. The Google machine's coming
Because
out.
I don't think they're new enough.
The first episodes of Trailer Park Boys
It
are
is.
actually...
Like, she looked really young in those videos. What? Sorry.
The first episodes of Trailer Park Boys are actually, like, so old that they're, like, square. Like, they're filmed
Oh,
square
yeah,
for,
yeah.
like,
The
tube
resolution
TVs.
or-
Yeah.
Ellen Grace Philippo,
Exactly. Ellen
Page.
Page.
87. Wow.
See?
Goddamn.
Stupid ass.
I'm really good at recognizing faces, so don't ever question me ever fucking again, okay?
Yeah,
Thank
get your
you.
facts right.
They probably know Tokyo just like everyone else does.
Yeah.
Kenny Faux Show. I hung out with Bubbles, Ricky, and
Damn.
Julian for an entire day 10 years ago. It was a blast.
What?
Were they in character?
Who is this person? I want your autograph. Bean Squares?
Well,
Jason
they used to
Hobbs.
have a... Oh, that's Hobbs.
What? I need your autograph.
They,
Oh, wait, they came here for...
They've been here, but Bubbles used to have a bar in Halifax called Bubbles Mansion, and the VIP section in the bar was actually a shed inside the bar. That was the VIP section. There was like shopping carts on the roof of the building and shopping carts inside, and yeah, it was Bubbles Mansion. It was right down the road from the Palace. That was actually went there on a pub crawl, got my face smashed into a wall by a bouncer because he patted me
Jesus.
down going in, and I had a Volkswagen Switchblade key. So he felt a solid square on my pocket, and then he felt a sharp end. So he smashed me into the wall and made sure I didn't have anything on me because there was a group of like 70 of us on a pub crawl.
Oh.
You just want to grab your dick.
He pretty much touched
Did
my
you ever
dick.
see that security video where the security guy's like patting the
Oh,
guy
what's
down?
this?
And he's
That's
like,
my
"What's
dick.
this?"
Oh, yeah. That's
He grabs his dick, and then he grabs it again. He's like, yeah, that's my dick.
That's
Yeah.
what you just reminded me of.
So yeah, he had a bar, and they would always be there.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
They actually came to when it was Club Envy, I guess. They were there at Club Envy
Yep.
before, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Mike Smith,
Oh, wait, it was Cyrus, wasn't it?
he was there,
Yeah.
and Randy. Cyrus, Mike Smith, is a actually really renowned musician in Nova Scotia. His dad actually works at Suncor. Mike Smith's dad works in the powerhouse,
I think you were telling me
or
that,
used to work in the
actually.
powerhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this is gonna be close to the end now. Yep, no more. Someone said Trailer Park Boys or Letterkenny. And I
Trailer
think
Park Boys.
Trailer Park Boys.
100%. I relate to it more.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
more
that's 'cause
trashy.
That's where you grew up.
I grew up.
You are a Trailer Park Boy.
If nobody's seen it, try and track down the original Trailer Park Boys pilot. It's actually black and white,
What?
and it's incredible.
Really?
Yeah, I have a whole bunch of like behind the scenes Trailer Park Boys stuff I could hook you with. They're the original pilot to see before they did a series. Ricky and Julian go around killing people's animals. Like they had a service where you call and be like, "Yeah, my fucking neighbor's dog keeps barking all the time," and they kidnap the animal. That
Oh
was
my
what they
god!
did.
That's
Yeah.
awful, though.
So, if you remember on the very first season, very first episode of Trailer Park Boys, it opens up with Ricky and Julian walking down a corridor, and they say, "There he is, get the fucking dog," and it's actually Randy that they're yelling at. But that's from the initial monologue and the Feeler series, and that's how they end up in jail at the beginning of season 1, episode 1.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, big Trailer Park Boys fan. Used to have it on VHS, like seasons 1 through 4 on VHS.
Wow.
Going back to like probably 01. I had that shit on VHS.
That's been around that long?
Yep.
Jesus, I just stuttered really badly.
When did it start?
Hi.
Let's use our Google
What
machine.
size are your titties?
Why?
Why not?
Well, I don't wear a bra, so how would you like me to measure?
CC's.
330 cc's each.
Each?
Yes.
They're bigger than my friggin' mini truck engine.
April 22nd.
But no, it's like 32C-ish.
Oh, it's not even a D?
It depends on the bra.
Oh.
Sometimes it's a D, sometimes
And
it's a
32
C.
is like the width
30.
around?
So technically my ribs are only like 30 around, but the smallest size generally you can buy. Like to get a 30 band bra is like a specialty bra. So I just go with 32.
So
For
it's a
being
little
so
loose.
special.
Yeah. You gotta use the like
Get down
So
on
I'm
our
like
fucking level.
the tight
A
clip.
30D and a 32C are actually the same because the way they get the cup size, it's the circumferential difference between your ribs and around your nipples. Do you know what I'm saying? So like they measure your ribs.
Yes.
And if that's 30 and they measure around here and this is like 34, each inch is a letter.
cup?
So A is 1 inch. So if it was a 30 here and 31 here, you're an A cup. If you're 30 here and 32 here, you're a B cup. You see what I'm saying? So 3 inches would be C, 4 inches is a D cup. So
I only mention this because it's nice to have some titties on the podcast.
Other than mine.
So I think that's where we're going to end
My
it, guys.
titties.
Well, if
How
you
big
get-
are Tokyo's?
Let me get the tape measure out.
More than you can afford, pal. 2001 for Trailer Park Boys. The
That's
initial,
when they started?
the initial
Jesus.
season black and white movie was 2000.
And you started watching it back then?
Hell yeah.
So, like, I'm the eldest of 4 children, and I was, like, the very sheltered one. So, in 2001, I would have been, like, 13 or 14 years old. There's no, like, funny enough, I was allowed to watch South Park because my mom thought it was a cartoon, but no fucking way would my mom ever let me watch something like that.
Well, for those seeing...
That's so funny when South Park...
That's Daddy Cal's connections on my firewall.
Oh, okay.
But Trailer Park Boys aired on Showcase. It was on cable television late at night. It was a regular showcase before Netflix picked it up as a regular.
I remember
So
you
it
watched...
was it was regular television.
Yeah, but what I'm
On a
saying
basic
is, like,
cable
I would've
package.
I was very sheltered as a child.
Yeah, but you
I
could
would
watch
never
South Park
let
on
me
cable
watch
too, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember South Park was like pretty discreet as a kid. Like the cases weren't anything like, oh, this is a bad movie. But then you buy it and they're like, I think the devil's fucking, or Saddam Hussein's fucking the devil.
Yeah.
In the video. That's like in bigger, longer, and uncut.
Oh, Trailer. I ain't gonna watch Trailer Park Boys before I go to bed tonight. I watch it. Literally, I watch Trailer Park Boys weekly.
Really?
Every month, I probably watch all 10 seasons.
What? Really?
I put it on before I go to bed almost every night. I like to
It's
sleep.
like your lullaby.
Sleep-
I like
things
to
that you
sleep to
know.
something that I know.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, no. I cannot do that.
I
Because,
It's
set,
like,
weird.
I set a sleep timer for an hour.
I could see something a million times over, and the millionth and 1th time I watch it, I'm still gonna sit there and, like, attentively watch it. I can't fall asleep to that shit. So, like, we watched Trolls for, like, what, 500 times?
Did you see the new one?
Yes, that's what we were watching. So good, right? The music is so good. But anyways, we watched it so many times, and every time we watched it, I sat there and just, like, watched it. Because I don't know, I would never be able to sleep to something, even if I knew it.
Oh,
I just can't. Once
Trailer
it
Park
catches
Boys
my
is like
attention, that's
Trolls
it.
and Frozen 2.
Frozen,
all been playing.
Frozen 2 I love.
I was 31 in 2001.
Wow,
whoa.
make you old.
Is Brent still going to tune
Daddy
the
Mick.
Civic? Melbourne, Australia. Oh, fully sick cunt, brah.
Hello.
You ain't even seeing our questions. I can see them on the side here. I'm going to just skip them because I wasn't really looking at it.
Brent's
but-
probably not going to tune the Civic right now because we can't get to States.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can't travel.
Lockdown.
But you're probably better off to put your actual questions in the comments of the video, not excuse me, not in the chat, because then we could write it down and answer them next time. That's probably better, to be honest.
Doesn't chat go to con?
Well, you guys can...
It doesn't after.
No. But if you're, like, watching this podcast after the live part, then put all your questions in the bottom, then I
That's
can
what I'm
record it.
saying.
Yeah, okay. Because I'm going to end it right now. That's it. This is our
Bye,
podcast.
We got that V. So now
Yeah, the
PCZ
V
and
right
get
here.
that P?
Yeah.
Because we need Putin.
Putin! Are we getting food after this?
Yes.
Do I have to
100%.
leave my house?
No. Can't
Okay.
we just order skip?
We could.
I mean, food?
Food.
We'll see what goes on.
Okay, so that's it. Thank you guys for joining us on our podcast. It was a little different, and I think for the next one we'll probably be more prepared with more questions and things to talk about, because
Probably not.
we
Why?
ventured off
Is this
between...
bad?
No, but we kind of ventured off into, like... We talked about strippers for a bit, and then food, and then Trailer Park Boys.
Peace hard and get that burrito. I like the cut of your jib.
So, thanks for joining us, guys, and like I said, peace easy.